Tensions between Israel and Iran have increased after an attack on an Israeli-owned ship in the Gulf and Israeli retaliation on Iranian targets in Syria. Israel's military leaders warn that they will act against all threats of terrorism and of nuclear arms development. The escalation comes as the U.S. and the Europeans work to renew negotiations with Iran on a nuclear deal. Israel fervently opposed the original 2015 nuclear agreement and applauded former President Trump for pulling out of the deal. The sanctions which Trump reimposed have hurt Iran's economy, but have not crippled its nuclear program. Iran has continued to enrich uranium far more than it was allowed under the nuclear deal, Israel says, and has limited IAEA inspectors.
From the Israeli point of view, it's very clear. It's a very bad agreement, which allow the Iranians to go on with their enrichment system. Now they have much better centrifuges than they had before the agreement. The sunset is very close. In 2025, they begin to go back to the normality, and within 7 years, they have all the legitimacy to continue with the nuclear project.
But some Israeli military and intelligence officials have expressed support for a U.S. return to the Iran nuclear deal in opposition to Israeli government policy.
I don't think we can trust Iran, but that's why there is a deal, and there are observers, UN observers, and I trust the intelligence capabilities of the United States and the intelligence capabilities of Israel to see and to watch whether the Iranians will keep the deal if the deal will be done again.
Some Israeli military analysts say Iran's quest for a nuclear weapon is part of its broader foreign policy.
Iran is basically using huge mega strategies to establish itself as a regional superpower, maybe global superpower. One is developing nuclear abilities, and second, hegemony in the Middle East through supporting terror groups and all their activities in Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, and Yemen.
As regional tensions increase, the U.S. also attacked Iranian-backed targets in Syria, President Biden's first use of military force. Linda Gradstein for VOA News, Jerusalem.